Oh, you get notifications saying we're going live.
Alright. Going live. Wow. Such a good tune.
Yeah. So good.
So
Genius for finding this song.
Just sums it all up, I think.
It does. I wasn't sure about it when we first started with this, but now it fits. What up, YouTube? We've got Periscope following. We've got one person watching us on Periscope.
Hello.
Hello.
We're doing the whole extended remix.
Just
I don't think I've ever listened to it all the way through. Just clip bits at a time.
yeah.
I like it this bit though when it brings it back in again.
Yeah.
That's my favourite bit.
This bit's a really good interlude
Yeah.
clip to play.
Yeah. YouTube. So this is the theme tune to the podcast. We're just playing it out.
This is it. We're here.
What episode's this?
14.
14 of them.
That's us.
Still here. Welcome
about.
everybody. Triple Threat Club podcast, episode 14. On the eve of Halloween, and more importantly than that, the eve of Hell in a Cell.
Eve Marie.
It's
Sorry.
Eve Marie.
She'll be back soon. Maybe they'll put her in the
If she
Cell.
does a cane, all red everything,
Oh.
pulls off the cage. Oh, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Welcome to the show. Hit you with everything you need to know. First of all, on Twitter, you can follow us. Please do. The Twitter club is growing all the time. It is 3 Threat Club on Twitter. Facebook, Triple Threat Club on Facebook. You're laughing. I'm trying to remember all that. YouTube, we've got the old YouTube channel going now. You can watch us live. You could watch us doing it live after this if you wanted to. If you can't catch us on the live stream, it'll get saved on there on the YouTube channel. Triple Threat Club again on there. You can watch it back, and you can see the fact that me and Tim obviously didn't ring ahead today, and we
dressed the same.
We're dressed the same. And also, you can get us on Instagram as well. That is Triple Threat Club Podcast on Instagram, so you can see what we're doing on there. And you will notice by the audio on the podcast, you'll notice definitely on the stream of YouTube, there's an empty seat.
And you can't say he's late this
There's
time.
no
either.
joke about him being late. This isn't a bit.
Not that it ever is.
Well, I like it. There's only 2 of us. So it's not a full Triple Threat Club ensemble today. There's only 2 of us here. J-Bone is not here.
Disappointing.
Bit disappointing.
The Shield is. And he's. We had. Did we actually talk about this on the podcast last week?
Last week.
Like he's the Seth Rollins today. He smacked us with a metaphorical chair this week.
So and we all know what happened to the other 2 members of the Shield. You know, Dean, but he ran with it for a while. Roman got the push and then it didn't quite work out. So it could go either way without the architect, to be honest.
So I mean, good luck to him, but also fuck him. No, he'll be back.
He'll be back probably next week because we'll have to talk about all the stuff that we talked about this week.
Yeah. He does listen to the podcast though, so that's a benefit.
He does.
He won't miss out.
Yeah. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Meatloaf said that. Did great tune.
Oh, the king of references.
Yeah. Welcome everybody. So like I said, it is the eve of Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, literally. We usually do it a bit earlier than this, but it's literally tomorrow night.
Yeah, so we're going to get our opinions on the show today. We'll be talking about all the matches, a bit of prediction sort of thing going on, and we'll see who at the end of it all gets the most right.
What we should do as well, we should predict, at the end, we'll predict the order of the card, because this is going to be a bit of a mystery.
Good luck with that.
And you know what Heel Tim's going to do.
You're going to... Oh, I hate to think. I can just shit all over everybody's weekend.
I want the cruiserweights in the main event, damn it!
They're starting the pre-show, aren't they? They're on the pre-show.
Apparently, yeah.
Are we getting straight into it?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
So pre-show, I still watch the pre-show because I really like Renee Young.
Well, yeah, everyone likes Renee Young.
And I like it I like watching Renee and Lita, obviously, but then I also like watching usually the King and Booker, just to see what random shit they come out with.
Do you not find Lita sometimes comes out with random shit as well?
Yeah.
And I can't remember, she said something on... there was some like network exclusive, but it's not Talking Smack. Was it something to do with Raw?
They did something on either Raw or SmackDown when they spoke. It was like the panel were there and they were talking about, they did something like that.
And she mentioned something, when they were bringing up, they were talking about the tag team match at Survivor Series, and she was talking about the possibility of Bray Wyatt and one of the family being there. And I always confuse them. Is Luke Harper the one who's there now?
He's just come back. Luke Harper's just come back, and dark hair.
What's
Eric Rowan's the ginger one.
Eric Rowan. And someone brought up the possibility of it being Eric Rowan, and she said, we're not going to see him for a while. Which I think is fine, because she knows he's injured, or whatever the case may be. But someone kind of jumped on it. It sounded like someone said something in the headset, and we're just like, no, we can't say that. Leave all possibilities open. She backtracked. It just looked awkward.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. So I like in Talking Smack when it is almost as if they've done no prep for it whatsoever. A bit like this show.
They just well, they're allowed to do it though.
Yeah, and it worked really well on that. But then in things like that, you can see they're so you've got so many voices in the rear saying you need to talk about this now and make sure you mention that. It kind of messes them all up. And Booker and King especially they just go off on one, don't they? But I still watch pre-show. I know you don't really watch it anymore, do you? Not that fussed.
I only really ever watch it if we're watching a pay-per-view live, and that doesn't happen very much these days.
Big Four,
exactly.
So the cruiserweights, it's a 6-man.
Yeah, who've
you got?
Cedric Alexander.
Like Cedric.
Is it Lince Dorado? Do you pronounce that?
Lince.
There's no accent on it. It's spelled like Lance with an I.
Lance Dorado.
And Sin Cara versus all these names. Is it Tony Nese?
Tony Nese.
Fucking.
Where have you been? Tim didn't like the Cruiserweight Classic. He said it was the biggest load of shit and wasted everyone's time he'd ever heard of.
I so did not. No, I just didn't really pay attention to all these.
Tony Nese has been on Raw a few times now.
Names?
Who else you got? Who's with Tony Nese? I'm interested.
I'm going to try to tell you.
Go on.
Drew. Can you guess what his last name is? Is it Gulak?
Drew Gulak.
Gulak. But there's no rule to these names.
There is. It's knowing the subject matter. Drew Gulak
and Davari.
Davari. Yeah.
I'm not going to say Davari.
It is just.
I'm just going to call him Dave.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you
reckon it's a good thing that the cruiserweights are getting a go? What do you think?
Yeah, well... Yeah,
do you not feel like they've just gone, right, we need to do something with the cruiserweights, let's just throw 6 of them in a match and watch them flip about? What do you think? Let's throw some cruiserweights at them.
That probably is the thinking, but at the same time it's probably effective, because if you're only going to have 2 cruiserweights on the rest of the card...
You need to put them on.
If you got 2 women's matches, which is good, great. And I think probably those cruiserweights, they do probably need an opportunity to prove themselves on the higher stage. So I know
it's only 6 might be a bit too many. You maybe could have had a tag one, maybe.
If a few of them really, really stand out.
Yeah. What what do you make of the cruiserweight so far then? Because obviously we've had a good month or so of it now on Raw.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I still like it as a product, as an idea, like the way they put the different ring.
Okay, they keep it separate.
But there does need to be a little bit extra with storylines, I think.
That's the big thing for me. At the moment,
matches.
It's just come out, have some matches, and everyone probably, I reckon, a grand amount of the audience just go, oh, it's cruiserweights. Might want some food or something.
Yeah, it's a shame.
It is.
CWC was cool.
You
keep giving me shit. Like I said, I hated it. I never said that.
No, it was good. It was well received by pretty much everybody. The matches were really good. Apparently they've told them a little bit to calm down the matches, so they're not quite. That's what I've read. They've been asked to tone it down a little bit and not go a little bit over the top.
Almost like I said exactly the same thing about the Tomato Champion match.
Okay.
In CWC, where it was
You've toned it down now.
It's like it was a good match, but it was too much. You can't do anything else on the card if you're gonna have a match like that.
Yeah, but at least there was something. Like now, I feel like there's not really much there. And the big problem for me is the storyline sort of and the characters. And in that match there's 6 cruiserweights. Nobody's got any kind of story or there's nothing going on. It's just 6 guys who are going to put on a pretty good match. Probably there'll be some good spots in it, and it'll it'll be quite good for a pre-show. But there's nothing
individual about any of them at the moment. They've got like individual looks and kind of characters, but nothing's going anywhere.
Well, that's the thing. They've got Lince Dorado and Sin Cara. If you just tuned in, which one's which? It's because they both wear a mask. They both flip about. You're not going to know. Tony Nese and Drew Gulak. You won't know which one's which, will you?
I can't even pronounce either of the names.
There you go.
It's just Tony, Drew, and Dave.
There you go. They need to do something with it. Otherwise, it's just going to fade away again.
Yeah.
And not really go anywhere. And it's a shame.
Is it a conspiracy theory to think that they might actually want some dead areas over the 3 hours of Raw, just to elevate the higher spots?
You could argue that, but I hope not. What
I do, because it could be 3 hours of epic television.
You've got adverts in the middle of bits to calm everybody down again. Yeah. You don't need a load of shit matches. They're not going to be shit matches. That's the thing. The matches will be good. They just need a little bit of story, like creative investment in them. I reckon. At the moment, we might as well jump ahead a little bit. Brian Kendrick's the only one with any kind of story.
That's what I was thinking. So he's got TJ Perkins obviously for the championship.
The Brian Kendrick.
Sorry, I wasn't sure which one you meant for a minute. But I was assuming.
That's what I thought.
But as much as I like TJ Perkins in the ring, he's not really quite got a character yet.
No. He did commentary, didn't he, on Raw? Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
He did commentary on a match.
What was that like? Kind of nothing.
It's just kind of nothing. There was not really any point in it. He's not got much character. I thought he'd be like this brash, cocky kind of, because he's got all like the computer gamey kind of music going on. He's dabbing all over the place. I thought it'd be a bit of like I think he would have been a good heel, to be honest. Like this cocky kid who's getting about and he's the champ now, and
but he's so humble. It makes me sick.
He used to be homeless and now he's made his dreams come true.
I've been outside as well. I don't talk about it.
It's warm in America.
Such a generalisation.
But then, did you see what happened on Raw this week in the lead up to their title match? Their little storyline.
Why do I feel like I've completely missed Raw this week?
Because you fast forward a lot of shit like the Cruiserweights. Their storyline at the minute on Raw, Brian Kendrick was giving it the whole it's my last chance, blah 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 sort of thing. And he said, do me a favour, TJ Perkins, let me win.
Alright, okay.
He just kind of they left it like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Do you reckon TJ Perkins is going to let him win? I don't, because that would be a pointless waste of 20 minutes on a pay-per-view.
It would. I think at this point, because, like you said, that the Brian Kendrick is the only one that's kind of got any transferable character, anything that can actually go through different storylines.
Yeah.
It's pointless putting him right at the top of the division right now because.
Wow. Okay. I thought you were going the opposite way there.
Well,
he's the only one with a character. So give him the belt.
Well, it's the same argument as lots of people said about Ziggler. Like, just because of what I've heard from people saying backstage, saying that he's too good. So they'd rather have him like lift people up and actually do high level jobbing than just give him a world championship. Yeah. I don't necessarily believe that's true, but if that's the thinking, then I understand it.
Yeah. So we talk like this. So there's 2 cruiserweight matches. First of all, that pre-show one.
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to win that? The face team or the heel team? Which one's which team?
It's obviously, I'd say Cedric and Sin Cara, etc. I'd probably say they're going to win.
I think they're going to
win. Start the fans off with a. It's a face win, but does anybody really give a shit at this point?
No one. There's only 20 people in the arena. One of them's Renee Young.
They should just have that match on top of the cell.
That'd be good.
And if they fall off and die, then it's sad, but...
Just put someone else in a mask. No one will know the difference.
Yeah, they've done like 3 times now, Sin Cara, haven't they?
Yeah, I think so. I'll say that Team Cedric will win, the good guys will win. And then who's going to win, TJ Perkins or Brian Kendrick then? Sorry. Be Brian Kendrick.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure. It's one of those, I know which one I would like to win, but I think logically Perkins should.
Okay, so you're saying TJ Perkins?
Yeah.
I'll say the Brian Kendrick. To be different.
Okay. That's that.
There you go.
That's cruiserweights.
So what else we got going on?
Let's go for the first women's match of the night next. Bayley versus Dana Brooke.
Yeah.
Reasonably good build. I mean,
it's been alright.
There's actually been something building it up.
Yeah.
So that's good. It's not just a match that's thrown together in a week.
No, I like the fact that Dana's getting a go. I know she's still pretty bad, but I like that she's not just following Charlotte around. I like she's getting a little bit of a go herself against Bayley, who's obviously good. So. Yeah,
Bayley still probably needs.
I'm glad she's not just in with the other 2 straight away.
Yeah, she still needs experience.
I think so.
But she will probably get a good match out of Dana, which is important.
It'll be an alright match. You need to keep it pretty short, I think.
Yeah.
But it'll be relatively fine. It's going to pale in comparison to the next women's match, obviously.
I hope so.
But I hope it's not even... They need to put that, not first, but... You probably have that after one of the cell matches. I reckon they might open with a cell match.
It would make sense if you're gonna have. How many matches have we got? Is it 7 main card and 1 pre-show? I think they've got so far booked.
So it makes sense to go sell, not sell, not sell, sell, not sell, not sell, sell.
Well done. You did that quick.
I'll be counting to 7 in my head, isn't it?
Oh,
so, who do you think's going to win? Bayley's going to win, right?
It's difficult.
Okay.
Bayley should.
Right.
But if it's a perfect face-heel kind of a match, and if... Yeah, I don't know if you just kind of flatten Dana's momentum at this point, if you just have her lose.
It's not good for Bayley, though, if she loses to Dana Brooke, is it? What about... just an idea. I'm not going to say this for my prediction in the end, but what about Bayley does lose thanks to some interference from Nia Jax, and then them 2 could go off and do a little bit of a thing.
That's the kind of vibe. I would expect something just a bit dirty going on. Sorry. I don't mean it in a pervy way. Wrong era, sorry.
Who are you saying though? Who do you think you're going to go?
I'm going to say Dana.
Okay, cool. I'll say Bayley then. Let's just keep flip-flopping.
Yeah, okay. Right, what should we go for next?
Let's talk about a cell match. I want to talk about the cell match that I think should start the pay-per-view.
Yeah, and I agree with that one, so let's talk about Roman Reigns and Rusev.
That's the one. Ru versus Ro.
For the United States Championship. You think this is going to open the show? I
think this is what... If I was in charge, I would open the show with this. I feel like it's a big match straight away. It's obviously one of the Cell matches, but it's also a match where let's get it out of the way. It's almost like that. It's kind of in between for me. We can get this one done. It'll give everybody a bit of a into the Cell straight away. We're doing it. We're starting big, but with that, like that's the trick that it plays on people. This is a big match, but then deep down,
it's actually meaningless.
That's done now.
What if it's really good though?
I think it will be quite good. You don't.
No, I'm thinking it actually could be.
Because I'm hoping they don't go out of the Cell.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they just beat each other up in it. Like quite a brutally kind of one. Smashing off the Cell and all that kind of, make it a bit, because they're big, just two big guys just smashing each other, that's what it should be.
It's the same as what Cesaro and Sheamus did.
Yes.
Was it on the last pay-per-view or was that actually on SmackDown?
It was on the pay-per-view, wasn't it? I think it might have been, it was the last pay-per-view.
Oh, it was Raw, sorry. They're on Raw, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, sorry.
Yeah, they went at the pay-per-view and it got thrown out because of
a
bit like that where it was a good match, pretty brutal.
We weren't expecting it to be,
No.
but they just battered each other.
I think this could be quite good.
It's the same with all three Cell matches though. And this is, as much as the, was it the last Triple H and Undertaker match at WrestleMania with Michaels as ref?
Yeah.
With the Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
That was a piece of art, that match, with the different camera angles and stuff. But they didn't use the Cell itself very much. So I did kind of wonder whether it was just there for the poetry of it, or maybe they could have just had a match. I'm not sure if it was necessary.
It just elevates it to the next sort of level.
Maybe, but you've got to be those guys to get away with that. If you're any of the six in a Cell match tomorrow night, I really think you have to use the Cell, and you have to be inventive with it as well. Yeah. And so,
I think the three Cell matches have to be quite different as well, and that's why this one, like I'm saying, don't go out of the Cell.
No.
A lot of just smashing into it and all that kind of stuff for these two, because that would make sense for how those two are. I don't want anyone doing anything too ridiculous.
Yeah, I think for this one it's exactly that. I reckon you can throw them into the Cell, you can throw them out of the ring into the Cell. You can maybe smack them with the door, but you're not. That's as far as you come.
Maybe something from under the ring as well. Maybe a chair shot or something.
Smack them with the steps, that kind of thing.
All that kind of stuff.
Depending on which design of the Cell they use, they're probably going to use a massive one like Shano had at Mania, aren't they? But I liked the ones where if you got on the top rope, you could reach up and touch the Cell, the roof. Because if you do that, we can talk about the Rollins match later, but you can monkey bar across it and jump off people, and that's the kind of creativity I want to see. Okay. But for Rusev and Reigns, just batter each other.
Yeah. Who's going to win? US title on the line, remember?
I still think Reigns is going to win.
I do as well.
Yeah.
I'll have to stop the same on this one.
I think it would be cool if Reigns won this and then they went their separate ways, and within a month Rusev turns face and just leaves that situation alone and becomes the funny motherfucker that we know he can be.
Yeah, I think Rusev can do anything with anyone. I reckon he could work with anybody.
I don't think he's certainly not world championship.
No, I won't put him there yet. But I'd put him off with somebody else him and Jericho could do some pretty good stuff, probably. Good. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, I'll say Roman as well.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about one of the tag team matches next?
Yeah.
So we'll do the non-title match first. We've got Enzo and Cass versus Gallows and Anderson. This is a contender not only for pre-show but also opening the show.
I think this might open the show. If the Cell doesn't, I think this one will, just because that's what you do with Enzo and Cass.
It would make sense to go cruiserweights pre-show, then have Enzo and Cass because they could do the mic show to start off. Have that match, get that out of the way, then have Rusev and Reigns.
Yeah, you can do that.
We're already booking the order.
Yeah, this is true. These two teams, I don't know. I kind of feel like where did it all go wrong for them both? This is like a tale of two teams that just somewhat went wrong, I think. Because I loved Enzo and Cass. Loved them. They were the first highlight I'd go to. Still much rock full. What have they said this week? Turns out they say the same thing every week.
Yeah, but did you not think it was kind of cool?
What?
It's the ultimate crowd participation when
It is very much like that.
you can do your shtick, you can get them involved without a microphone.
I want them to start winning some matches or doing something. I think that's the problem with keeping the titles on one team for so long. It's meant everybody else is kind of, I don't know, they could look like the, what do you call it, when you're in the water and you just can't
Treading water.
Treading water. That's it. That's what it feels like with them a little bit. I still do it with them when they're doing all the mic stuff. I'll do it every time.
Jay's late again. You can't teach that.
Can't teach that. And I still like it. I guess I kind of wanted, and I think we all said at some point over the last 13 and a half episodes, club will probably win. They need to win now, the club. They're going to win the titles.
Are they even called the club anymore?
They're just called Gallows and Anderson now.
Yeah. Which I'm happy about.
Yeah, I am really. And now it's just kind of like, well, now they're not even going for the titles. They lost so many times. I think they'll beat Enzo and Cass though.
Well, the way I'm looking at this, I do still think Enzo and Cass are really good because I think the mic stuff still works. The matches are reasonably good. It's just a matter of. Thing is, this is the difference. I think they are treading water, but I think Gallows and Anderson drowned about 3 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah.
Because their character at the moment feels to me a little bit like it would fit as a perfect cartoon heel in Japan. But whatever they're doing right now is just shit. It's worthy of the bottom of the card in the 90s.
Yeah.
And it's not funny,
No.
it's not badass, it's just nothing.
No, they did the funny stuff, didn't they, with New Day, and it was all that with the doc. They were being the
Well, they
doctors,
tried.
and it was horrendous.
Yeah.
And it's almost like now they don't know. They're stuck in the middle, this weird limbo, because they look like they could be badasses, no problem.
Yeah.
Because they're big guys, how they dress and how they move and everything. But then they're still trying to slip in like comedy lines, and it's bad. They really are lost with them. They put them in NXT.
Could be good. They could be dominant there, and they'd get over. It would work. Because the way I'd book it at the moment would be, this could be a big night of change for the tag team division. We can get onto that next. But if Enzo and Cass win this match, which I think they should,
they need to, really, don't they?
Look, Gallows and Anderson don't deserve to.
Because and then if they win, they can go off and do other things.
Anything.
They
can
get somewhere. If Gallows and Anderson win, well, they've already lost to New Day 8 times in the space of 2 months, so there'd be no point. Enzo and Cass have got to win.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say the club just because I think it'd annoy me, and I think that's what would happen, but no, I'll be positive and say Enzo and Cass will win that.
I'm definitely saying that as well, and I think, I hope that Gallows and Anderson now kind of get set up for some kind of intervention at Survivor Series, because we've got both brands at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them just with AJ though. I want to see, I want to see Nakamura and I want to see Finn Balor. I want to get everyone involved. I know Finn's injured, but there's no stopping him from showing up.
No, he could show up.
He could just show up in the Bullet Club kit or the Balor Club stuff and just be there. Can you imagine the pop?
It would be great.
And then just disappear again for a bit. Say nothing. That's the key.
Yeah.
Don't do a Seth Rollins accepting the Slammy Award bullshit. Just show up, look cool, and leave.
It could even a bit like, only because I was watching Monday Night Wars on the network the other day.
I totally thought you'd mispronounce Raw then.
He's not here, remember? Like when Sting was in the rafters and things like that.
Yeah.
Do that with the Demon.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah.
That worked quite well.
We really need to book this show. Come on, Vince, just once. Just give us one episode of Raw. Just give us a house show.
Yeah.
But give us all the resources we need.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Let's say, we're both saying Enzo and Cass then. We'll be positive and we'll say give it to them.
And that perfectly segs into, because you said a minute ago that Luke Gallows have beaten the New Day over and over again. But what if, for the tag team championships, New Day don't beat Sheamus and Cesaro,
Won't happen.
after all the build-up, do you really think Cesaro and Sheamus are going to lose?
Yeah.
Because what comes next?
Don't know.
They
I
could
think they've backed themselves into a corner here because, like you say, you're quite right. Like, what comes next? They've built it up, blah blah blah. They've got to win.
yeah.
They've been going on about this record for. If they don't give it to them now,
How far away are they?
it's still like I think it's the Rumble where they get it.
Shit.
Maybe even less than that. I'm sure it was like 50 days or something. Something like that. So the kind of. Why bring it up so much if you. Unless you're gonna. Unless.
Well, there you go.
Unless they don't win. They lose it. And that's how they break up because it's one of their faults to make them lose it.
Do you think they would? Again, it plays perfectly into like my Night of Change idea.
Okay.
There's so much potential there.
Yeah.
If Kendrick wins the championship,
Right.
if one of the faces in the pre-show turns heel and ruins the match,
Okay.
no one cares about Rusev and Reigns.
Bayley and Dana.
So many different things can
Okay.
happen. Like exactly what you said though. If someone else gets involved in the Bayley Dana match,
Yeah.
then
Something goes
you've
up.
got something new
Something
straight
new.
away, and it's actually likely. I'm not just saying it because I'm hopeful.
We do this every pay-per-view.
I don't know. I feel
This
like-
one's gonna be the one.
But I think because there's so much potential,
Right.
surely one of them's got to
Something
come
must
off. Something's got to happen, right?
So do you think Sheamus and Cesaro are gonna win?
I think it's the right result. I'm going to
Okay.
say it's time. Whether that splits the New Day up is a different thing.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
I know it just popped into my head then.
I'm always hopeful because it's as much as I love the New Day, and I kind of always will.
Yeah.
Not as much as I used to, sadly.
Yeah.
But yeah, the timing's right, and it would be a cool thing in their greater storyline for them to split now.
Okay, so imagine then. So we said that if they win, we could split the New Day up, and they could go chasing something. I don't know. One of them turns heel, maybe, whatever. What about? Okay, so they lose.
Yeah.
It's one of their faults. They go into this Survivor Series team
Okay.
thing, and then it turns out that one of them, Xavier Woods, screws them over again in that team thing, joins SmackDown, and just goes. And
That's a great idea.
this is a great idea.
That's how you split them.
That's what I would do.
You have to have that amount of time. The same way that they slowly split the Shield up. They were hinting at it for ages, and
Yeah.
there was like tension, but then they were okay. But then Seth Rollins did what he did. That's exactly perfect. You have a defection.
It would be Xavier Woods
It has to be
because he's the only one I think who could do something by himself as himself, not part of the team.
Who's still got time to do it as well.
Yeah.
'Cause Kofi and Biggie could even stay together for a bit.
Yeah,
They could just like follow the blueprint of the Shield.
they could do something.
I'd love to see Xavier Woods.
Xavier Woods
single.
on his own, and then over on SmackDown, he runs into his old friend Mr. Bray Wyatt, who planted the seed long ago,
Joins him.
and it grows.
That's the dream.
That's what I'd do, but I think the New Day will win.
Oh, you bastard. Can't
I'll say,
backtrack like
I'll
that
say
now.
New Day. I want that story to happen, but I think New Day will win and get the record.
I'm going to say...
Because they're selling so many goddamn t-shirts.
I'm still saying Sheamus and Cesaro.
Good. There you go.
Upset. We need to
We'll
go.
put all these predictions up, I reckon, as well, and we'll speak to the third member and get his predictions up as well.
Yeah. And we'll genuinely try to do that this time.
Yes.
So we'll quote the match, hashtags and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, maybe we just put an initial at the end of
Yeah.
the prediction.
Do that.
2
Cool.
matches left.
Go on. Are they the two big ones?
What are the 2 big ones?
Which one's going to go on last?
This is why I made a point at the start of saying
Yeah.
we need to decide the order of the show. So, why don't we do that now, and then we pick a main event.
Oh, okay.
So, we
Well,
don't...
I wouldn't have them following each other, though.
Okay,
Because we've got
but,
the two... Okay.
but one will go on before the other.
Oh, yeah.
So, let's say... we know what the pre-show will be.
Yeah.
I think you're probably right.
So like Marcel Not 2 normal matches, sell. 2 normal matches, sell idea.
I do think that would be the best idea, but I do think Enzo and Cass would open the show better,
Okay.
and I think they need to get that match out of the way.
Yeah.
So unless they put that on the pre-show, I'm putting that at the start.
Okay, fair point.
Then Roman Reigns and
Yeah.
Rusev. Then, if we are just going in a normal order, it would make sense to probably have
I'd probably put on Bailey next.
Bailey next, but only because we just had a tag team match. Otherwise, we'd then have the New Day.
Okay.
Then, being nice, elevating the cruiserweights. You're either gonna have a cell match here,
Yeah.
or the cruiserweights.
Yeah.
We've run out of matches.
You've said Enzo and Cass first, Roman
Yeah.
Reigns second, Bailey third. So now you've got 4 more matches, 2 of them are sell. So you could go sell, 2 other matches sell, or you'd go
What if a cell's not the main event?
shut up. Right, so we're doing all that, blah blah.
Yeah,
What are you putting on last?
Oh, you know what I'm putting on.
I know what I'm putting on last as well.
I'm putting Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins on that.
Brilliant! Because I'm not. Go on, why Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins last?
Because it's for the biggest title in the business and it'll be the best match of the night.
2 very legit reasons.
And it's Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. If you take this match and put it on any pay-per-view of the year,
Mhm.
it's potentially the main event.
Yeah.
Yes, Sasha and Charlotte have been having great matches, and Charlotte's debatably the best performer in the business right now. But I think there's apparently been a lot of fuss with Vince not wanting it as main event,
Oh really?
for starters,
Right.
and he's causing a lot of frustration. But maybe he's got a point in thinking that because it's the first one, if they fuck up, because it's not just main eventing a pay-per-view, it's also the first Hell in a Cell women's match.
Yeah.
If they fuck up,
Mm.
they destroy a lot of the stuff that they built.
Yeah.
And it's not like Sasha and Charlotte have had nothing but perfect matches, just in regular matches. This is a huge deal.
Yep.
The build-up has been shit because they've been celebrating it rather than fearing it.
I was going to mention this to you.
Do it.
It has been shit. We're
Yeah.
all in agreement on that. But then it felt like the penny just dropped on the very last Raw, and someone went, "Why are you making it sound like we're going to have a great time and
Yeah.
well done and enjoy it?" And that's why they've wheeled out Mick Foley with his. I've heard mixed responses to his promo about how it ruined him and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I thought it was a bit over the top and a bit. It for me it was like, oh shit, we've made this seem like a right fun day out for him.
Well, that's the thing. You got to go.
Let's do this, and it felt like it was just. It wasn't subtle in any way. It was just. It felt a bit over the top for me.
Yeah, but it felt like fixing a problem that they'd
That's
already
what.
made.
Yeah, it was. It was fixing the problem and how we talked about it and all that kind of stuff. I think it'll go on last though.
Still think so.
Yeah, and I don't really think it should. I think the main event title match should go on last. I think then those two, like you say, could be a match of the year kind of candidate. Really,
Yeah,
if they do it really well, which they could do, they should do. It should go on last, and they might do some different kind of shenanigan-y things with it as well, which I think
Yeah.
would. I know you don't always like it when people come out and maybe take attention away, but I think it'd be fine, and they're going to have to start building other things up. I'm talking about Triple H. So for that reason, you can put it on last. I think Stephanie and Triple H will get their way. They'll put the women on last because just the way they've talked about it, the way it's had all the press, it's had all the. I think they'll put it on last.
Yeah, and
As
as
a
well,
reward.
if they've got this is the other side of the argument, that if they've got any sense, who just in theory, who would come out first? I don't know with the way they're doing it now. Would it
for
be
the
Charlotte
women's
or
one.
Sasha?
Charlotte's got to come out first.
So if Charlotte's music hits before we've seen Kevin Owens versus Rollins,
Yeah.
you're gonna get boos all over the place. Because I think a lot of people want that match to go on last.
Want Charlotte to go on.
Yeah.
Do you think?
it's possible. I think a lot of people could be a little bit disappointed. And that could then take away from what would be an amazing main event of Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins.
Possibly. It'd be a shame if that was the case, if that happened.
Stranger things have happened.
Well, yeah. I think it depends how... I think they'll do like backstage bits during the night as well. Because Chris Jericho hasn't got a match.
Oh, yeah.
And what's the best thing in wrestling at the moment?
Oh, put him in the match.
The best thing in wrestling at the moment is the list.
Are you?
The list's the best thing in wrestling.
It usually takes you and the J-Bone to catch up with me a little bit.
Oh, listen to this.
Just with some, not with everything, but with some of my slightly far-fetched ideas.
Okay.
Are you coming around to the idea a little bit that Jericho could possibly be Universal Champion?
There's a difference there, and the word that you used then was could be. I am okay to could be.
Okay.
Should be. No, I don't think he should be the champ. He could be the champ, but I don't think he should be the champ.
Anyone could be.
Exactly. Well, I think he could be because he's right at the top of his game. He's top of the what do you call it? I suppose he's in the main event picture at the moment. And he's there. He's doing it. He's with everybody. All the players are there, and he's part of it and doing bits with everybody.
Do you not think it would be cool?
He hasn't got a match at Hell in a Cell.
No.
So he's got to do something.
So do you not think it would be cool if... I very, very much doubt he's going to get put into this match.
No, he's not going to be in the match.
No. But do you not think it would be cool if, just for the sake of building up some tension between other people, he could be like a transitionary champion? Maybe just until the Rumble. Because then you take the title away, you let some feuds build, and then you're on the road to WrestleMania after the Rumble, and you've got a new champion from then. You've also got probably a new number one contender.
It'd be quite cool. It would be cool seeing him with the belt in one hand and the list in the other.
He'd be so good with it.
He would be really good at it. I just can't see it happening.
Would you like to? Would you like him to be? Because there's obviously...
Yeah.
There it is. That's all I'm saying. I think he deserves it, and I really want to see it.
I would love to see it.
There was also that mention, I think it was on one of Jericho's podcasts recently, I can't remember who he was talking to, but he said that someone told him Vince wanted to talk to him, and something else had happened in the day, and he actually said, oh my god, is he going to make me champion? And it turns out it was just like, he was just doing something with Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
But that made me think, I wonder if he knows that's on the cards at some point. Because he's been around. This latest run is a long run for...
He's a smart guy as well. He'll know how to read things and all that kind of backstage stuff and everything as well.
There's something there.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it at some point.
I think it's deserving.
He's so good, and I heard people moaning on the internet about the list being the main event thing on Raw and more important than the title. As I read that somewhere.
So many people completely ripped into this week's episode of Raw. I thought it was really good.
I quite liked it and it reminded me of like back in the day when it was fun and there was other things going on and it wasn't all like. It was good and it was so good with the list stuff. Just holding everyone to ransom like someone would have done ages ago. For his list. And it's brilliant.
It's that perfect expression on his face when he holds it, when someone exposes him as, this is ridiculous, dude. Yeah. But he doesn't overdo the emotion of it.
It's
but he also doesn't back down.
It's perfect.
He's just so good.
And I like what everyone else like, and it's meant all the others have had little parts in it as well. Kevin Owens has been. I like Kevin Owens anyway, but he's done brilliant stuff with him.
Spot on, yeah.
Rollins getting involved. Rollins can do those kind of things as well, and getting involved with that. Really liked how Stephanie McMahon's been involved in it.
Yeah.
It's been really good. Like even when Jericho says we've never fallen out, things like that is so good. For all the history that they've had, things like that. I'd like Triple H to come back Jericho and Triple H to either be such good pals or hate each other. Either way, gold.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Actually, as much as it's looking like Triple H is probably going to face Rollins at WrestleMania, because that was supposed to happen last time, I'd probably prefer to see Jericho Triple H.
Be good.
Oh.
But it wouldn't be... The thing is why they won't do that, I don't think, for Mania, is because if they had a thing, I'd want it to be fun. I wouldn't want it to... Like, Triple H and Seth can be serious and they can go at it, really big build-up.
Yeah.
I want Triple H and Jericho to have the fun and to talk about old times a little bit and try and best each other in all that kind of stuff. I don't reckon you'd have... I reckon they could have a match, but maybe not.
I quite like that idea. It's something they'd never do at this point, but you're right, like, when you mentioned a second ago about them possibly Triple H coming back and then just being best friends. Like, Jericho could just latch onto him after falling out with Kevin Owens and say, "You're my best new friend," or new best friend, or whatever.
We go way back longer than me and Kevin Owens. We're real best friends.
And he could start a new list of people he likes.
That would work.
And then they could just go from there and say, "Let's have a great match together, best bud. Let's face each other.
Yeah.
But let's have a great match."
So everything he's doing now, which is gold, just flip it round and do it all again, and it'll be gold again.
And you could do that at Cockblock or whatever the last pay-per-view for Mania will be, like the secret one that they throw in because they fucked everything up. Oh, but yeah, greatness.
So back to the actual Hell in a Cell.
Back to the actual.
I think they'll put the women on last. You think they'll put on?
I think they'll put the guys on last. So. Let's just we can talk about it in order. We'll talk about the women last.
Okay.
But one thing I just want to mention quickly, just because it's not relevant to this, but it is relevant to Raw. What did you think of the Brock Lesnar promo on Raw? Because I was kind of into it, as much as I know it went completely wrong.
It did go wrong, but then
I thought it was cool. Brock Lesnar laughing at it.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it because I don't like him. And I don't like his smug face. And I don't like that there was something on Instagram about like the face you pull, and it was that smug Brock Lesnar laughing face. And then when your script is turn up, say nothing, get paid a shitload, go home. And I was like, yeah, I fucking hate Brock Lesnar. So even like it was quite funny that they were all they were cheering for him and they booing Goldberg and all that kind of stuff. I was like, but I don't like Brock Lesnar. So I was like, I don't like either of them. I don't want to see the match. I'm not interested. I hate them both.
For me, it depends where they put that on the card, because it will probably go on last, but I don't want it to.
Yeah.
Because it's almost the way that they built it accidentally now, because they've got fans going both ways.
Yeah.
I hope it stays that way, actually. I know that was in Brock's hometown, so it was a fucking stupid booking idea to try and do that.
It was.
Don't do a heel promo to Brock's fans.
No.
Retards. Sorry, that's probably not PC, but retards.
They didn't think that through, did they?
But it would be cool now if you've got those two in the ring and you've got similar kind of attitude coming from the crowd as back in the day when they had that horrible WrestleMania match.
Right.
But now it's amplified to you've split the crowd and they're kind of more into it, and you just have a match where it's not just let's bump into each other a few times and fall over.
I don't know. I think that might be what you get.
We can talk about that when we do Survivor Series
Yeah,
predictions. Yeah. But let's talk about Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins then. In that case, this was the ultimate creative cell match potentially for me.
Yeah.
So you've already got the Rusev and Reigns one, that's just brutal.
Yeah.
Then
This is the one where you're going to see things and go, you're going to be out of your seat.
We need to have things in this match that's never been done, and it all needs to be inside a cell. Please don't leave the cell, because it's too obvious. There's nothing.
Okay, I will agree to that.
Except,
but that will mean for me that in the last match, then, if it is the last match, someone's got to go off the cell. Someone did one of the matches. I like this. I like brutal in the first one, creative inside the cell second one, third one. They've got to go outside. You got to. Otherwise, it's too similar. They're the three differences of matches that you're going to get.
Okay, well, in that case, what is the spot? What is the
She's
thing
not
you
allowed
do?
to do it, is she?
What, doing a corkscrew off the top?
Just any kind of moonsault.
Screw that! Like,
I,
please no.
That's why I think, and this is a weird way of thinking about it. Chances are, if you're going off a cell, you've got to go through the table onto somebody possibly or into the cell. The women don't weigh as much as the men. I'm just thinking about them landing on a table and just going splat, and I don't want to see that. That's one of the things I'm most worried about from the whole pay-per-view is Sasha Banks dying. Kevin Owens could go through a table, Seth Rollins could go through a table off a cell, no bother.
Seth's already done it.
That's why I think he might do it again.
But when he did it with Ambrose, it was shit.
Yeah.
They were just on the edge of the...
It was good when he jumped off the cage the other week.
Yeah, that was
That
good.
was good.
But again, I think the more you do a big spot like that, the more you take away from it, it becomes less special.
Yeah.
Foley, like, falling off it once, then falling through it
Yeah.
was amazing and changed
We kind
the
of
world.
ruined it for everybody, that, because you can't beat that, can
Well,
you?
that's what I mean, but that's why I think we all think that the cell match should be a rare thing and it should be a pay-per-view and there shouldn't be three tomorrow night. It's just...
That's why I think they'll do it. They'll have to do it once, though. You wouldn't go out of all three, but I think in one of them you'd have to go outside it, and then it's anyone's guess what happens.
I'd be okay then in that case if they did I think Triple H and Jericho did this back in the day. If they've got to have the build, they've got to get them out of the cell in a natural looking way, and they've got to get them up the cell in a natural looking way. But let's just have the finish on the top.
To get the guys out, Chris Jericho comes in, opens the door to pull his best friend out and get him out, and then he's out. That's how I'd get them out, probably.
How would you get them up? How do you get them onto the top of the cell?
Kevin Owens runs away, but instead of running up the aisle like a human would, it goes up. I think it'd be something like that.
Yeah.
Charlotte wouldn't run away.
Oh.
Sasha Banks wouldn't run away.
How about... Oh, okay. This won't include the finish, but if you want to do something on the outside, maybe Jericho does something to Rollins, pisses him off, then Rollins chases him out, gets hold of the list, throws it on top of the cell. Then Jericho's like, no!
Yeah.
Climbs the cell to get it, and then Rollins is looking around at everyone like, I'm going to go after him. Goes after him, pedigrees him on top of the cell, leaves him for dead, then comes back and carries on with the match. Meanwhile, Jericho is just basically asleep on the top of the cell for the rest of the match.
And the women's match as well.
That would be so good. They have literally just both cell match. No, let's have...
It goes up, and he's still there, and it comes back down again, and he's still there. So that would never happen.
But, okay, so something though.
Who's going to win?
This is a cool match. This is why I wanted to go on last, because I really don't mind at this point.
No, okay.
I think Owens will keep it.
Yeah.
Because do you think Jericho and Triple H will get involved?
Yeah.
Do you think Jericho will side with Rollins?
No.
Okay.
I think Chris Jericho will come out and try and sort things out and help Kevin Owens, and Seth will in some way vanquish this, and then just when he thinks, because that's what happened at the last one, he did it. I said, oh, we're going to Triple H should come out, well, I should have come out. This time, if it's the same thing again, and it looks like Rollins might do it, and then Triple H comes out, you've built it there, it's a progression, it's the next level, and I think that's what will happen.
Okay.
I think he's got to come out this time. They can't leave it just Jericho again, because that'll be 2 pay-per-views in a row.
I would actually be all for now. Jericho comes out to help Owens, but makes a mistake, so that it looks like he almost helps Rollins. It almost helps Rollins win.
Stupid idiot.
And then Triple H comes out and just batters Jericho.
Right.
Because then on Raw the next night, Triple H wouldn't get involved in it, sadly, I don't think, but you could have a pretty bitchin' tag team match there.
Yeah, it would be.
It's not often I'd be excited for a tag match, but Jericho and Rollins versus Kevin Owens and Triple H. Do that at the Rumble.
Yeah.
so many possibilities.
A lot of possibilities, which is nice.
Nothing's gonna happen.
No
they're just gonna have a singles match inside the cell. It's gonna be creative and.
Who's gonna win then? This is good though. This is the whole point.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be able to predict it. I think Kevin Owens will win.
I think it's so close, this one. I'm actually right on the edge of. I think I want Rollins to win, but I think Owens will.
If it's going to be Rollins Triple H in the future, I don't want the title involved in that. So I reckon Kevin Owens will win.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think there's not enough time.
No. Who's going to win the women's match?
Charlotte.
Really?
Well, she's.
So she won, then she won, then she won again, then she's getting it back.
Yeah, but.
Okay.
I don't know.
I like this. This is good. Because I'm going to say Sasha Banks. I think they're going to make a big thing about the fact that Charlotte's never lost a pay-per-view.
That's what I was going to say.
Because she's got to lose a pay-per-view at some point. Sasha Banks has only won it on Raw. Twice.
But the way I look at it, I was thinking this a few minutes ago. If you're comparing...
So a long time that you've been thinking through this then. I was thinking about this...
no, because it came up because we were comparing the two main events.
Mm.
I know they're trying to sell it at the street, but there are two.
Yeah.
You can at this point you can probably compare Charlotte to Rollins and Owens. But do you think Sasha Banks is on the level of Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens?
I think her matches speak for themselves, really.
I think they are good, but I don't think she's
not
that good.
She's no good on the mic, which has come to my attention over the last few weeks.
It's a complete package, isn't it?
And she can't do that. But people love her. People love the story. She's never put on a bad match.
No.
Never. And you can't take it off her again. I don't think. She's going to win. I think she's going to win. I'm going to wear my t-shirt as well.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I've had an idea.
Go on.
If we're going to have variety,
Yeah.
you've got... Did we say Reigns wins the first one?
Yeah.
I think we're saying Owens wins...
Oh, shit.
We have a draw.
The title change rule as well.
Which is what?
My brother was telling me about this. He was like, if somebody... There's always going to be a title change.
Okay. Well, unless it's like Night of Champions when they did nothing. It's happened.
So we're saying Reigns is
Reigns
retaining.
keeps. Owens keeps.
Owens keeps.
I said New Day loses, so maybe that's
okay,
the
so
one.
maybe it's that. I think the Brian Kendrick is going to win, so that'd be a change.
So that.
Okay.
Lots of possibilities.
But the three main ones, they all retain the championship. That's what I'm saying. This has just dawned on me now.
Yeah.
I'll have to stick with it. But you're saying, you're saying Charlotte will win.
I did say Charlotte will win, but I would probably prefer it if this match went on last. This is the way I prefer it. If it goes on last, I want this to be a draw. I want them to just beat each other so much that it's like a last woman standing within a cell.
But then nothing beats that. What are they going to do then if it's a draw?
Well, if you're going to put them in a cell, you either go all out or it's shit.
I'm so worried someone's not going to walk away from this. I'm very worried.
They're professionals. They're trained.
Did you see the SummerSlam match?
I did, yeah.
I thought she was dead.
Both walked away.
Just about.
Sasha is very flexible.
She is very flexible. I also think that both of them, because it's been built up as this is the first one, you two are excellent, you always have good matches, you two are the best, you can do anything, blah blah blah. It might just go to the heads a little bit. Charlotte will ignore the moonsault, no way rule. Banks will do something ridiculous. I'm just worried they might go over the top in their quest for brilliance.
I don't know. I think they're both...
I'm just worried, Tim. That's all
I know.
I worry about... She's only little.
But they're all...
Part of a champion, but she's little.
They're also both young and they both want to have long careers because they both love wrestling. I think probably Sasha more than Charlotte. I don't think Sasha's going to take any unnecessary risks.
Hell Don't owe them anything. Just
No.
be careful.
Just have a. There are ways that they can have a great match.
Yeah.
And that just be that.
Okay.
Um,
It should be good though. This is good that we can't decide on things. We're saying there's
Yeah.
possibilities. That's kind of the whole point, isn't it?
we'll have to go back over this and figure out what.
We've pretty much covered every possible base.
Yeah,
Well, if this
we've
happened,
done
but then
everything.
maybe this might happen and then this might happen. No, they should probably do this, but they could do that.
We've probably just pissed everyone off. Anyone
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
going to watch this. So that's every possibility for Hell in a Cell.
Okay. So what we'll do is, with our predictions, we'll get them up. We'll get the others' predictions as well, which is great. And we will see who's the best at predicting the future.
Yeah.
And then if anything that we've said happens, obviously that makes us extra awesome, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um,
So before we give a little bit of a tease for our draft, our Survivor
we've got a
Series,
new idea, everybody.
we've got a good idea. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Before we do that,
Before that.
I forget what the game's called.
Oh, we haven't got a name for it
Do
yet.
you want to do Bold Doom Situation?
Yeah, okay.
What is it called?
Turn, push, fire, TPF, TPF.
I'll get the ball.
So we're going to play TPF. TPF is the new game with the Ball of Doom. The Ball of Doom contains the names of pretty much everybody on the WWE roster and a couple of people as well. And what we do is we pull out 3 names and we have to either turn one of them, push one of them, or fire one of them. TPF, TPF. So if you're familiar with that old playground game of kiss, marry and something else, it's a bit like that. Okay, so we are going to pick 3 names at complete random. I'm going to go, is that just 1? 1, 2 and 3. And then we kind of say what we're going to do. So turn is T, push is P and fire is F. And then you have to say what you're going to do. Oh, okay. So we're just having a little look at who we've picked out now.
Oh no.
Okay, interesting. I
Oh.
feel like my job's been done for me. I've got 3 great names of people. Well, 2 of them I like. I've never really been a fan of it. And that person is Randy Orton. I've got Randy Orton.
Okay.
I have got Shinsuke Nakamura,
Good one.
and I have got Brian Kendrick. Whoa, sorry. The Brian Kendrick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire. No, actually, I'm not going to start with that. I'm going to turn Randy Orton. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put him in the Wyatt family because if you can't beat him, join him.
Good call.
Using his own words. Then I am going to push Nakamura to the moon.
Good call.
Get him on the main roster, get him doing whatever he fancies doing. Do what you want, I'm not bothered. I don't want him with the club. I want him just being himself, doing his own thing. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire Brian Kendrick. But I'm going to turn it into a storyline where he's not really fired. So
That's a little bit of a cop out, isn't it?
No, I'm doing the thing where, because at the moment he's worried that his time's almost up.
Is he going to be back the next week
No.
in a John Cena t-shirt?
I'm going to do something with him that involves good things. But to start off, I'm going to fire him. It's not going to be a comedy angle where it's Heath Slater trying to sneak in because he hasn't got a contract. It's going to be quite a chilling
He's just
angle.
going to be a dark
He's going to be a very dark, Wizard of Odd kind of guy.
documentary where he's living on the streets.
He's gonna do things that he's never had to do before. I don't know.
For money.
Yeah. There you go. That's what I'm gonna do with my 3. Who have you got?
I'm having trouble here because I
Go
don't
on.
really care about any of these guys.
I'll help you out. Is one of them Darren Young by any chance?
Yeah.
Fire.
What do you do with Darren Young?
Fire him. Not
Right.
interested.
Sorry, Darren Young.
Darren Young's fired, and I haven't even
Fired.
heard the other 2 names.
You just bore me. What, I've got to push one and turn the
one.
other.
Who have you got?
Bobby Roode.
Right.
Is he heel at the moment?
He's glorious.
Yeah, but
He is heel, yeah.
he's
And who else you got?
Rhino. I kind of want to push Rhino.
Push Rhino then.
I'm going to push Rhino, but I don't know what I do in turning Bobby Roode. Maybe he just milks. Maybe he joins in with the fans and he just goes excessive glorious. He just goes around and he glorious bombs himself
Okay.
into every photograph.
What about if
Fans.
you push Bobby Roode because he's glorious, and do all that and make him this arrogant, obnoxious Bobby Roode, which he is.
Yeah.
And then Rhino, why don't you turn Rhino on Heath Slater?
I quite like Happy Rhino.
He's very happy.
I'd rather see Heath Slater turn on him.
I really liked them both on Talking Smack this last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were good, weren't they?
Yeah.
They're always good.
See, I'd rather keep Happy Rhino.
Because Heath Slater had made some bad business decisions. He bought shares in Puerto Rico. And Renee Young was like, no, I think this is bad. I'll give you the name of my money guy. It was so ridiculous. So there you go, that was TPF. So we got a new game.
New game? It's a new game, yes it is.
Game, yes it is. We've got a new idea. And it is, because we obviously like talking about booking feuds, and we've done that before, and just organising pay-per-views and blah. Who doesn't like doing all that kind of stuff? We all think we know better than them, and most of us do. So what we're going to do is, we're going to tie that with something else, and that's kind of creating our own draft, our own wrestling fantasy team of all-stars. So what we're going to do is the three of us,
Jay,
are going to...
what were you saying about Brock Lesnar's contract? Like, Jay's getting away with even less than that now.
That's true, yeah.
Just-
You'll have to say in fucking smug face as well. Don't lie, yeah, in the middle of that.
He'll be sending us photographs just laughing like, I didn't have to contribute to that, did I? But
Well,
it's still
I'm
great.
still part of it.
I'm still on the...
I still got more likes than you two. So it's what we're going to do is each of the three of us are going to become. Are we going to be commissioners? Are we going to be general managers? What is it?
Oh, I think we could decide a title for ourselves.
Okay, so we're each going to have our own title, and we're going to be in charge of a team of superstars. We are going to do it in a draft kind of situation. We're going to film the draft live on YouTube, and we're going to take it in turns to pick wrestlers and put together our own team. This will then have a scoring system, which will obviously give us points as the weeks go on Raw, SmackDown and pay-per-views. We're not totally sure where we're going to go up to yet. We're going to go up to at least the Rumble, possibly see it through to Mania, because that's kind of the end of the wrestling season, a bit like a football season would be. And then we're going to see where we're at. We're going to have a bit of a league table. You get points for certain things like wins, losses, but then also other things like main eventing Raws or pay-per-views and going through tables, maybe being a champ, maybe climbing a ladder, whatever it may be.
This is where it's interesting, where you can kind of try to make some clever decisions, because like you can get you can get so many points for a pay-per-view win, but you can also maybe get so many points for an NXT win. So if you pick someone who's more likely to
we're doing
win,
NXT as well.
well, that's an option. If you don't want to pick anyone from NXT, you don't have to.
Oh.
But if you think you know someone who's never gonna lose on NXT,
Right.
then maybe you bank on, because you get slightly less points for an NXT win than you would on a regular win, because it's different level.
So we could do that as well. So that's basically what we're going to do. So we are going to have a little think, because obviously now we need to build our possible roster up, and obviously with a draft as well. You've no idea what other people are going to pick. And we're going to have, do we say 8? Are we going to do 8?
Somewhere
8 wrestlers
around
each,
that, yeah.
and that's men, women, tag teams, whatever it may be.
We've got to decide how many we can keep up with.
You say we. You've got you're the iPad wizard.
Well, that's the problem.
So you're going to be on that.
I'm going to keep up with 24 people.
And yeah, you'll be fine. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start that probably, I think, because it's Survivor Series coming up, and they're obviously putting together their teams. It makes sense for that to be what we're doing as well, putting together our team, and then we could start it before Survivor Series. Try and get it done before then.
Yeah, I would hope that we could at the very least get the draft done some point next week, but maybe that's ambitious.
Draft hopefully next week, and then point scoring starts the week after.
Yeah.
There you go, that's the plan. So, yeah. And at some point, once we get going, we might actually put up the scoring system, and then you guys can play along. How about that?
Yeah.
See if you can do as well as we do. So that's it, that's the new game. We'll think of a good name of it. At the moment it's just called the draft, I guess, but we'll think of something else. Alright, I think that's pretty much it.
Might be it for episode 14.
So there you go.
We almost went, what, 2 weeks worth of podcasts if you go one a day. Almost got 2 weeks, all three of us. I think we've done pretty well.
Pretty good.
Hopefully the ultimate J-Man will be back.
I'm sure he'll be back to
For episode 15.
discuss all things Hell in a Cell. We'll let him put his opinions forward because he'll have different ones to us about everything that's going on.
I bet he'll just be confused next time we're here, and even if he's watched Hell in a Cell, he'll be all smug because he thinks, oh, it's a prediction show, but I know who wins. He'll be like, I think this is going to happen.
So yeah, we'll get hopefully that up after Hell in a Cell. Enjoy it, and it sounds like it's going to be a good pay-per-view. It's got very much potential to be a good one, so hopefully it won't let us down. Alright, that's it.
That's
See you next
us.
time, everybody.
Have fun, yo.
How long was that?
Don't know. I'll have a look.
Hour and 10. I'm pretty good after that.